I don't drink anymore. I quit drinking 17 years ago after I drove a car into the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, a building I'd always hated, and no one else was involved in the accident, thank goodness, but I was pretty badly hurt. I broke both my arms, and my legs were not broken, but they were ripped open to the bone, so in the emergency room, they had to sew them up, and then they put me in these leg stabilizer tubes so I couldn't bend my knees, and then they put me in a wheelchair and sent me to jail. And in jail, the law of gravity still applies, and so sometimes I would start to slide out of the wheelchair, and I couldn't bend my knees to stop the slide, nor could I use my arms to do anything, so I'd be sliding out, and then my bloody hospital gown would come up and expose my penis and testicles, and even my cute little butthole to everybody in jail. And I don't know if you guys have read any books about jail or seen any movies about it. You're actually supposed to keep that stuff to yourself. So what would happen is a couple big thugs would pick me up and put me back in the wheelchair. They wouldn't try to fuck me or anything, because even in jail, there's still like the thrill of seduction, you know. You don't want to be shooting fish in a barrel. So they'd pick me up, put me back in the wheelchair, and then they'd be like, when you get better. And I'd be like, you guys are nuts. And thank you. And then I had and I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't care for it. And he was like, well, you know what, why don't we put you in the chemical dependency unit of a psychiatric hospital? And I was like, yeah, that sounds more my speed. And so they put me there, and it was great. I loved it. I fucking loved living in the hospital. Honestly, I can't wait to live in a hospital again and move into a nursing home. I seriously am gonna move in when I'm 49. My mom is like, if they ever try to put me in a nursing home, just shoot me in the head. And I'm like, all right. But I honestly, I really can't wait to go. I mean, because they got salad bars and stuff. At the salad bar at this hospital, they had cottage cheese available for every meal. And I've never bought cottage cheese on my own in my life. But if it's on offer at every meal, I'm fucking eating it at every meal. So I'm just shoveling cottage cheese into my mouth at 8 o'clock in the morning, making new crazy friends. It was the best. Oh, another reason I want to live in a nursing home is because in nursing homes, you can fuck. I don't know if you knew this, but they're riddled with STDs. Like, seriously, everybody, they fuck, and a lot of them have replacement hips and stuff, so you really gotta hit it, or they won't even know that you're there, so. And then, if you get into trouble, and they're like, Mr. Anyway. But anyway, yeah, no, the hospital was great. But I had 2 broken arms, and I was in casts from my knuckles up to my shoulders on both arms. And so people would ask me, the most popular questions that I got asked were, how do you wipe your ass, and how do you jerk off? The way that I wiped my ass was not really all that well, and it hurt a lot to even attempt. So I'd have to get in the shower. So every shit took 90 minutes, and as opposed to the normal 70 that they take now. And then they would ask, how do you jerk off? That's actually more interesting. So I'm 42 now, right? So I don't have to jerk off as much. Thank Christ my libido has gradually begun to die. But at the time, I'm 25. And when you're 25, you have to jerk off all the time, right? Like if you don't jerk off a few times a day, there could be an event off. And so but I'd have to wait. It was really hard, so I would wait I'd wait like 10 days. Like none of you did that. You probably didn't even know it was possible. And so I would wait until I like burped and then like tasted semen in the back of my throat, and I'd be like, oh, I gotta jerk off. I gotta jerk off. And so I would go into the bathroom at rehab, and I would sit down on the floor and with my back towards the door, because there's no locks on the door in rehab. So if somebody opened the door, it would hit me, and I could say, just jerking off, not shooting up, and they'd be like, carry on, my man. And using my teeth and my fingertips, I would take off the brace of whichever arm had least recently been operated on, and then using my fingertips so delicately, with my penis, I would jerk off just ever so gently, like the way that you would jerk off a baby if you had to. Hey, don't jerk off a baby, okay? Don't even think about it. Yeah, don't jerk off at all, actually. Honestly, I can't wait for my libido to die. I know I said that thing about fucking people in nursing homes, but that's something I want to do now. When I'm actually that age, I don't want to do that. Like, I get angry when I see commercials for Viagra and it's like a couple in their 80s out on a canoe and the guy like crushes up a blue pill and then snorts it off his girlfriend's tits and then they paddle into shore to go fuck. Ugh. I swear, if I could figure out where my libido is in my head, I would stick a fucking pool cue in my eye and just route it out so that I could get some fucking work done.